if you can believe it, there was another universe that took its life, full life, even before this universe. And that universe had its own set of gods, its own set of creators. In due time, that universe faded away, and in its place, the void. Except for that one spark that was left from the previous universe that manifested itself into an egg that was laid by the previous creator, the previous version of Arceus, so to speak, the previous god before Arceus, the father of Arceus itself. That god came before. The interesting thing is, the universe that was before this one was not that much unlike this one. Very similar, actually. It had many similar creatures, Pokemon, humans, but in that universe, it was the Pokemon who were the superior creatures. The humans were below them. And the world pretty much was like it is now. But the humans were the superior. The humans were not the lords over the Pokemon. And that's how it was. That's how it originally was. That was the original design. Arceus came and twisted that around, decided to go against the original design, and made its own universe. Perhaps despite its own father, I do not know. Granted, some of us may accept that this is how this universe works now, and that the rules of the previous universe don't apply, but not all of us agree. We believe that we are not necessarily bound by this new interpretation of how the universe is. We wanted to bring it back to what it originally was meant to be. That is the belief of Team Omni. That is why we come together, because only together can we make this world back to the beauty that it once was. That's what you taught us back in the day before you betrayed us and had second thoughts.
You understand that this vision only exists in Johto right now, right? How exactly do you intend for that single vision to apply to an entirely new universe with millennia of developing into what it is today? You can't force a new universe onto another one.
You can. We can't. But the Creator can. The God of all gods can.
The one before Arceus.
Oh yes, the one before Arceus. The father of Arceus.
And you all follow the mind? Is that who guides you all?
Oh no. The mind is just...
Another one of the 12?
Yes, one of the 12. Chosen by the father of Arceus.
The father of Arceus?
We refer to him as Dr. Jaboko.
And did the doctor choose all of you?
The doctor approached each one of us individually.
And so the doctor chose me?
Yes. A long time ago.
So did he make the bad choice, or was it just chance that I defected off of his idea, their idea.
What bad choice are you referring to?
Well, if the doctor chose me, then I'd be fully in line and I wouldn't have defected in the first place. I would have just been in sync with the New World Order, the New Universe Order.
Yes, you are different.
How am I different?
I don't know. You never stuck around to answer that question. Now that you're here, why? Why did you change your mind?
Because I don't trust that the destiny that's before me is the right one.
The entire existence of the universe before it, that's how it was. Are you saying that that existence was wrong? That entire universe was wrong, and this one is right?
I'm not saying that. Arceus is saying that. Arceus decided that that universe was wrong after it hatched from the egg and decided this is the universe that was going to happen next. You're going to challenge another legendary for what they believed is right and wrong?
Yes. If you deep in your heart believe in something, if you deep in your very core believe that something is right, would you let anything stop you from doing what you believe is right?
No. So that's the course you're on? All of you?
Yes.
To transform this universe for the Father? For Jaboko?
That is our plan. Yes.
And what of me then?
I don't know. What of you? It depends. I've told you what I claim to be the truth. Whether or not you accept it as truth is up to you. And whether or not you do accept it, or agree to it, or disagree to it, that's what determines what happens next.
I accept it as a truth. I'm not going to stop you from trying to get what you think is the truth. The question now is, can I walk out of here?
She says, if you're against us, no.
I am not against you.
If you're not against us, where are the rest of your companions?
Not here, because here would not be safe.
You realize, then, that you are a liability if we let you walk out of this room. It's at this point that the Jigglypuff and the Salamence are a little bit more clear-headed, it looks like, than they were before.
Yep. I'm a liability.
So what is it that you... What is your next move, Imp?
I'm still out to determine how the other gods fit into this big puzzle. Seems like everyone's got a plan of what to do in regards to this world, this universe. I would like to meet Jaboko one day. I would like to hear words directly from the source, from the Father.
One of you already did.
How do you know about that?
Because that's how I know that you all were coming here.
Chase is gonna get a message from Noir and go, Chase, the snippets I'm getting is a bit worrying.
You hear back, might be trouble.
Shall we come in?
Not yet. You'll know.
Okay.
Just look
We're
for the
mentioning
light.
when mentioning the multiverse, the other dimensions, maybe you can throw in one of them. My old one's pretty. I don't know if that would affect their point of view.
You say that you're not on our side. So, if that is the case, but you said you're not on any side, I've been completely open to you. I've been giving you secrets that I didn't even divulge to anyone else outside of Team Omni, not even the president himself. So, I think to be fair, you should at least entertain answering some of my questions. Like, where are your companions?
They're being taken care of by their Pokemon masters. Protected by their Pokemon masters. I'm not stepping in the way of other Pokemon.
You are a Pokemon.
But I'm not their masters. I'm not going to divulge where they are. I've got no right over them.
Good. I'm still not comfortable knowing where your loyalties truly lie. You may have the body of a human, but you have the soul of a Pokemon. You are one of us, whether you like it or not.
I walk out of here, can we make a deal?
What's the deal?
Propose something you need from me. And I walk.
What could we ever want from you?
And imagine the group just doesn't feel whole without me.
Are you offering to spy?
Yes.
Out of character, is Chase lying or is he
No,
telling
he's
the
not.
truth? He's not lying. Okay. How can I tell that you're not just telling me this so that you can run off and tell everyone in the group what we just discussed? How do I know that they're not even listening at this very moment?
Oh, they're listening. That's how you know I'm being honest. You don't think I come in here unprepared? I'm not that crazy. The sanest I've ever been. And right now, for me to get out of here, we need to make a deal.
I'm listening, the Frost Lass says.
What do you need to achieve what you're trying to achieve? I'm not going to promise that you're going to get what you're trying to achieve. You understand that, right? But I don't think you should be prevented from trying.
Nothing.
Do you already have everything you need?
You're already too late.
So what role do you play when it's too late?
She says, accept how things are. Accept how things will be.
I'll accept them to a certain point, but I have my own plans. My plans don't involve anybody on this world. How can I stay out of your way?
By being out of the way. And Chase, you're going to start hearing a very sweet melody in your ear. All right, we're going to do an initiative. So,
yeah, she's hanging out. She's hanging out by the door, like probably as a plant if there are bushes and
yeah,
stuff.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you guys actually are relatively in that area in order for Noir to be... In fact, Noir probably needs to be up here in order for her to be able to sense Chase. But you guys might be back as far back as there.
I'm just gonna roll that just in case it comes up.
All right, so now let's get everybody's initiatives.
Why is there a demon in the basement though?
Why is there not?
I mean, are you going to question his life choices, or are you just going to be happy for him?
He gets some really strange fan gifts. These fans give all the darndest, weirdest, like, odds and ends. Like,
Or maybe that's like a secret like goth phase. He just like really likes the art, and sculptures and such.
The real reason he ran away from Jefferson, he couldn't decorate. Did not embrace the goth.
So technically, I think the Jigglypuff had a surprise attack because it started to sing. And I believe as long as I hit the target value, I think the sing works.
Speed is it speed or is it special? Because my special evasion's much higher by 1 point.
It's speed.
It's speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, special evasion is just for special attacks.
Okay, so it's 5 plus whatever the target number is, or
Okay, wait. So
5
there's an
plus
evasion
AC.
bonus. So what is? I'm getting confused about speed evasion because I've never had to do it. So you
I'm
got a
pretty
speed
sure
roll.
it's every 5 points you have in speed is 1 speed evasion.
Okay, gotcha.
So in order to determine if I still hit, it's the AC plus their speed evasion.
So
Is
for
that-
Chase, it would
Yes.
be you have to roll 12 because he doesn't
I
have a
see.
lot.
Okay, it's gonna hit, even with the speed evasion. So technically, that would mean that Lux and Chase would now be asleep. Technically.
it hits
Well, Lux
Lux.
still has speed evasion. What was yours?
Lux has a 5.
Does it? So that would be 12 plus 5 would be a 17.
10 plus 5.
10 plus 5 would be a 15. Yeah. Then in that case, Lux will be able to evade it.
Okay, good.
So Lux is not asleep. Lux is not asleep. Chase will be asleep. Not that Lux knows that, but
Nope.
So, is it just like AOE or do they know?
It's a
that
burst
Lux
Yeah.
is there?
So it is a burst
Oh.
too, but this particular Jigglypuff is a lot more powerful. It has to be because it was able to put an entire police station to sleep.
Yeah.
So
It just has its little marker microphone, right?
it just has its mark. It has its microphone.
It increases.
The radius. Yes. So yes, the range of this Jigglypuff
The
is
station had great acoustics.
yes. These Pokemon are not your typical Pokemon. They're a lot more powerful than your standard Pokemon.
Oh, yay.
So fighting them would be interesting,
Ill-advised.
but you can try it. So going through the initiative. So Noir, conveniently, you're the top of the initiative. I will say that Noir will be able to tell that Chase is asleep. Chase just fell asleep, and you could probably put 2 and 2 together as to why. So you have approximately 6-ish seconds to react to that
Okay.
from where you are.
As she's reacting, okay, Chase is asleep, everyone. Does that, is she able to hear a response this her turn, or does she have to like wait?
I'll let somebody else respond as a free action right this moment for 6 seconds if one person wants to respond.
Molly says, "Stay away."
Okay. So, Bullet, if any of those people are going to do anything, I don't know if Bullet's going to do anything at that moment. Molly just said stay away.
Yeah, I think Bullet's sticking with the group.
The Salamence hasn't noticed Lux, but the Salamence is just like eyeing the situation. It hasn't done anything yet. Molly is staying away. Lux, are you doing anything? It doesn't look like the Salamence noticed you after you pinned its shadow.
Are they on? Is it ground floor or second floor that the dining room's on?
Ground floor.
Okay. windows there, or is that just something else?
Yes, those are windows, and you would probably have to hop. You'd probably have to make a jump to reach the ledge of that window. I would say that those windows would not be open, but the windows that the Salamence is sticking its head through is obviously open.
Okay.
Of course, I mean, windows can be broken, but...
Yeah, getting there. Going to see. I'm guessing Ian is asleep.
Are you hopping up?
Yep.
Sure, roll a...
He has a jump thing, isn't it? Long jump of 1, high jump of 1.
Yeah, I think roll your... Is it athletics, I think?
Well, how
What
high does
the
he have to jump? I'm sorry.
Not too high. Probably like...
It is a bug-sized Pokemon's house.
That's true. No, you're right. It is a Pokemon-sized house. So I'll say that you don't even have to jump to look through it. So you can see through it and see that Chase is asleep.
That poor Salamence's posture must be awful.
Okay, seeing that. Movement can be broken up, right?
Yeah, I think I've been letting you guys do that.
There is overland movement. I have 7, so is that 14 squares?
If he's
Oh,
if,
No,
if he's
No, so the way movement works is
should just be 1 for 1, isn't it?
1 for 1, and if you want to take a double move,
diagonal.
I think there's an acrobatic move, and you can do 1.5. I was doing it wrong
Sprinting.
the first session.
It's just sprinting.
Sprinting is 1.5, not double like D&D.
But that's if you take your standard and your shift, isn't it?
Yes.
The full
Full
action,
action.
essentially. And also, if you move 2 diagonals in a row, that counts as 3.
1.5. Yep.
Or actually, how far is the recall range on the Pokeballs?
8 meters.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know why I would know that off the top of my head, but
Yeah, 8 meters. I think that loud noise could wake somebody up. Yes.
Okay. Lux is on windowsill. Oh shoot, no, because I couldn't do Pokeball with Woodhammer. Would Pokeball work through a window to call that? Probably not.
In the show, I don't think it can. I don't think I've
Okay.
seen that behavior in
but
the
if
show.
we're understanding them as being converted into energy, could that pass through glass?
Well-
Is the window opened?
Well, the window's
am
not
not-
opened.
Oh, darn. I was hoping.
Oh.
I would say don't worry about waking Chase up.
Yeah, I'm worried about getting him out of there.
Yeah, think about positioning yourself. I would say like Lux might be aware that Chase is probably okay. We'll see.
I mean, even though it is an initiative, yeah, we don't have to do anything that would necessarily call attention.
Right, you don't have to do anything.
No.
You could
It's just so we know time-wise.
It's just I'm letting you know
Is
you
it-
could if you wanted to.
Could be critical.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Well,
But it's up to Lux
I
to
am-
decide what it wants to do.
to get you there, I'm going to get into hopefully some stealth.
Hmm.
Good luck. Fingers
Roll a
crossed.
stealth.
29.
Oh yeah,
Attaboy.
they're not gonna
Nice.
see you. They're not gonna see you.
And he's going to hold the rest of his action.
Okay. Sniffles isn't gonna do anything. The Frostlass is going to go over to Chase or Imp or whatever, and is just going to like examine his face, going like this. And she's just gonna look at him and sigh, and that's all she can do in 6 seconds. Kyle's is just gonna wait to see what would happen. The Jigglypuff is going to also look around. Just to see if anybody else is in the house that they're not aware of. Tiffany, you're up.
Has Cassie relayed message that we're not supposed to engage?
I'm gonna say she can. She can if she wants.
Cassie? Because we don't know how.
She would have passed on that things are happening and we've been told to stay back.
Tiffany will noticeably tense up, look around the group. We don't like this. And that will be her turn.
Okay. Cassier, do you want to do anything?
I mean, just looking around, would a perception give me anything of interest, like flora or anything? I guess that's all I'd have. I think right now.
I don't think it would give you anything useful.
Okay, then I'm probably good.
Is Remy doing anything?
Nope, he's waiting to see if anyone else wants adventure.
Okay. All right. So Chase could technically is allowed to make a roll
Rolls.
to wake up.
You're funny. I use my fearsome display ability for 2 AP, and I use slack off to break this status affliction. I just get up and shake it off.
Okay. Yes, you
You
can
You
do
see
that.
your brother at the window.
And and that is a swift action. And my next swift action is to jump through the window
Ooh.
with aerial. With the aerial.
Ooh.
So in one move, I can make that distance. I can smash
You
through
can.
the window and wait for Lux. Hopefully.
All right.
Well, okay, as my action's held, as soon as yours ends, I'm gonna pick up with the rest of my action.
Sure. Well, let Chase finish his move. Can you place Chase to where
sorry.
he is?
Yes, I will move him to here.
And I'm gonna say you'll need to at least do an acrobatics to scale the table, and smoothly go through the window.
Yeah, good
I-
luck ponging over that.
I actually think
Tiny
it's
little
automatic, and I don't know where the ability is right now. But urban obstacles are treated like normal
urban
terrain
walk
for
nature.
Chase.
Ah. Okay.
Lux has it
All
too.
right. Well, at least
This
roll.
is his place.
At least roll an acrobatics
Sure.
to determine how much damage, if any, you take from breaking through the glass window. At least.
So, 30.
Okay, you're gonna take half of this. Oh my! I rolled really high. So you're gonna take 7 hit points of physical damage.
Okay, that doesn't hurt me, and I smash
Okay.
through the window automatic. It's an automatic target with aerial, and I'm outside the house.
Okay.
You and your high defense.
Lux, if you'd like to insert yourself, you may.
Yes. Pokeball, his brother. And you said we could
Oh.
split up the movement, so I would like to take my remaining squares now. 4, 5, I can get to there. Ian is in the Pokeball, so he's coming with me. Can you move yourself,
Okay.
please?
So, because of your ridiculously good stealth, you were able to capture Chase and sneak away without the Salmance knowing where you are. Oh my gosh, it's like he disappeared.
Close up!
How did that?
It's a ghost!
Bro.
We're back to the top of the initiative. I'm gonna say Noir knows now that Chase is awake again.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she knows what he did necessarily.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming she lost connection to him.
When he got into the Pokeball, yes. So
Yeah.
he woke up, something happened for about 6 seconds, and then you lose connection somehow.
Okay.
Does Noir have a
She's gonna
connection to Lux?
message Lux and go, Lux, what's going on?
With me, run.
Okay. She's gonna go,
Quickly.
okay, everyone, we need to run.
Split up.
Chase is running. Lux.
Bullet is probably just hanging out.
Yeah, he's just kind of like antsy, shifting from wing to wing, waiting for Molly.
Okay. The Salamence doesn't see where Chase is, but it's going to assume maybe he's just invisible. So he's actually going to open its mouth and he's going to breathe out this very powerful looking dragon breath.
Pipple's not gonna be happy.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think he's going to angle it so it doesn't actually hit the side of the house. But he's
Oh,
gonna,
come on. That's gotta be
think
an
it-
AoE cone.
It is an AoE cone, but he can position the cone
Yeah.
in such a way. Well, maybe
You
he'll
could.
scratch. Maybe he'll scratch some of the house. I will say that in its desperation, the Salmance is probably not going to be super trying to be accurate. So yeah, maybe he'll graze the side of the house with its breath. And Lux, you will believe that if you or Chase were hit with that dragon breath, it would have hurt a lot.
But
Is,
Oh,
But I
is it
just
fire?
got this costume! Darn
Is the-
it!
Is the breath fight?
But Mimikyu is immune to dragon type moves.
Yeah.
Because
That
fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it is
it's
dragon
fairy.
type, not fire type.
Okay.
It is dragon
I
type.
see. So the breath weapon would be dragon type. It's just a.
So maybe the Mimikyu not so much hurt, but Chase would have been
Pretty.
hurt. The Salamence will then try to move, and because it's frantic and trying to move quickly, it will move very fast, but then it will trip over its own shadow and will crash onto the side of the house, grazing the side of the house. So, some of the glass from the windows shatter, and yeah, things are going down. So, well
Okay,
done.
also,
Lux.
with Shadow Tag, real quick, it's for 5 turns. So, I don't know if we're
Yes.
counting this as turn 1 or turn 2.
This is probably turn 2, and the Salamence
Alrighty.
is not able to move or fly away or do any of that.
Go team.
Molly, I don't know if you're going to do anything. You hear noise from the house, but
Staying put for now
okay.
until she sees Lux. She's not moving.
Lux,
Yeah,
your
but-
turn.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your turn is now right after Lux. Right after Chase's turn, because you inserted yourself in the initiative in a different spot. So,
Okay.
I will go to Sniffles. I mean, it doesn't know to do anything. The Frostlass is going to yell out, "Stop him!" And she is going to rush towards the window to see if she can see where he went. Kyle is staying put. The Jigglypuff, hearing the Frostlass, will run back into the room. Tiffany is up.
Still can't really do anything. Well, we could do general perception, but you said there wasn't anything really going to be happening with us.
I don't think there's anything useful that you would be able to see at this moment.
Okay. Still just frustrated then.
Cassandra Pine.
Cassie would get up, casually beckon the others to follow her and start to leave.
She will follow them.
Okay.
And so if they're looking like to the north on the map, they're kind of going south, around corner or whatever, if possible.
Yeah.
Just get out of sight.
Okay.
Actually, real quick, sorry, I'm gonna have Tiffany ball you, just so we're not leaving a slime trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, she's gonna move. Sorry.
Yeah. So at this point, especially with the Salamence pinned down for the next 3 rounds, I think if the characters want to leave unseen, they can. So I will let you leave the house without being caught, because the Frostlass can only move so fast, and really the Salamence was their only hope of catching up to you. But Lux was able to keep it pinned, so it couldn't
Yay.
find you. So that was a very smart move,
Yeah.
Lux.
Yay!
Okay, so you guys are now out of danger for the time being, but Team Omni now knows a lot more than they did before, but so do you. So if you want to...
Equal footing. This is all Chase wanted. No more guessing and us being confused about the destiny, because that was frustrating Chase. Because like Chase didn't know who he was fighting for at this point. As a
Right.
player, I was legitimately confused, but I was translating that into Chase. It's like, what if we're the bad guys? Like,
Oh,
has
I
anyone
assumed
ever
that for a while.
considered this?
What are you talking about?
Yes. Well,
Chase, I'm going to assuming will... Well, he's still in the Pokeball,
He's
so
in the
Lux
Pokeball.
will
Just
probably...
Lux, yeah.
we're safe.
Lux will get to the group eventually, and if you want to just say you ended up in somewhere far, like relatively far away, that you are confident is going to be safe for the time being, then you can just hang out there and have whatever scene you need to have. Everyone all right? Kyle asks the group.
I'm fine. Molly?
Molly just says, "I'm fine," but she's a little bit. She's kind of stone faced, and she's looking in the direction of the house still.
Tiffany's gonna let you out, and Lux is just turning Iam's love ball over and over in his hands. He has not let him out yet.
How far from the house, approximately, would you guys realistically have run away from? Are we talking a half a mile? Are we talking a few miles? Like, how far away would you say?
I mean, Cassie moving initially would have essentially just to have been to get out of sight. She didn't want to just ditch the people who were still at the house, so she was going to stop and regroup nearby. But yeah, group, what about from there?
So a half a mile, it's sounding like, maybe?
Half a mile sounds fine, I think.
Okay.
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 Everyone roll a perception, please.
Molly's still stone faced, looking toward the direction of the house.
Lux will eventually catch up with you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Where's Chase?
in here. Still turning the ball over in his hands.
You did great, Lux.
Of course.
You want to let him out?
I should, shouldn't I?
We might have
Pops
some
him
things
out.
to talk about.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Good plan.
You'll let him out. Chase will when you let him out, and Kyle will go over to Chase, and he'll grab a hold of his shoulder and look right into Chase's eyes and say, "You okay?"
I think so.
Good job.
I'm glad y'all made it out.
I'm glad you made it out.
So,
Like I
so what
said,
did we learn
we're
from
not-
all this?
Well, we learned all the information we need to be on the same playing field.
I don't know. I got bits and pieces from Noir's interpretation of your interpretation of things. So
Yeah.
more
And
directly,
Cassie doesn't share information with the rest of us, so... Please?
You
We're
still
too
think-
late.
for what?
God damn it.
They already did whatever they planned on doing. Not sure.
What did they plan on doing?
Not sure.
They're bringing an old universe back for an old
A
god,
dead one.
Boko.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Arceus' father.
Okay. Atheist, so very confused.
You know how there's different universes, right?
Yeah, we've been to
Imagine
one.
One of those universes died. It's like people die most of the time. But there happened to be, from that remains something grew. Like when something dies, it's nutrients and it just
Yeah,
rots
I getcha.
into the ground
Okay.
and then grows something. Arceus was the thing that grew from that. And the creator of the old world, I don't know if it's directly Arceus' father, but it created the old world, and the old universe resulted in Arceus, who then like, you know what, I'm just going to do the opposite of what my dad did.
Like all good children, yes. Go on.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
So you're saying there was a whole another universe that existed before this one?
Apparently.
She's saying that's what they claim to believe.
Oh,
True.
also Dr. Jaboko is a god, an old god.
Goody.
Did I miss anything, Chase?
I don't think so. Even if we remove the idea of gods for a second, let's not get all fancy. We can all be gods if we choose to be. Just a word. At the end of the day, there was a being. This being used the universe as its sandbox, built its own castle. And eventually the tides washed the castle away. There was a new sandbox. And there was a new person in the sandbox, and that person was Arceus. Let's just think about them as physical objects that could be defeated, not as beings that have more power than us.
But you claim that we're too late. I thought they needed the Arceus plates to do whatever they're doing.
I did too.
I'm starting to think they didn't need all of them. I think they already have something in motion. I still believe we can partially stop what's in motion. We do have Arceus plates. I'm thinking that they don't know just how much they can be interrupted, but I do think that for the most part, they have something in motion. That's what we're too late to stop.
So, if you think we have time to stop it, where is the thing that needs to be stopped?
Good question.
I'm thinking of a team that might not have the answer for that. The ones who had the vision.
Good luck contacting them out
Vision.
here.
A vision that I don't think came from only Darkrai. Possibly it did. But Team Omni seems to know a lot about us and what we're trying to achieve, and that one of us got a vision of the future.
That makes sense. They were spying on us through Remy. We found out that through the seance, but
Remy was cured before
they got
Cassie
too
and
much
Steven
information.
and Fabian shared a vision.
Yeah.
You still think the Darkrai crew is helping Darkrai?
Potentially, Dr. Jaboko could be posing as a different god and tricking them.
Or manipulating Cam?
Madame Vu said that our goals were not opposed.
They just might not be aligned.
Maybe not exactly aligned, but she did say not opposed either. So I think we need to try to focus on what we can do right now. All of this information, we can't really do much with it at the moment.
Well, if they don't need the rest of the Arceus plates, what could they possibly do as a substitute or do instead?
There was always the potential that if they were able to gather enough Pokemon of each type that they could use that instead.
You mean whole cities of them in the computer?
Yeah, there's
Something like
kind
that.
of that already.
Would that be damaging to those in the cities? Would that Cassie?
Would that matter?
Would that they would sacrifice that many of their own people to
To
You
do
rewrite
honestly
the
think they care
universe?
about life?
Wouldn't you?
We've seen that they're willing to give up their own lives for the cause. They clearly think it's important enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't their own bodies though. There's through some kids' bodies which they stole without permission. Most
Yeah, and
likely.
now they're sacrificing the bodies of Pokemon they stole. No different, really.
Kyle will pipe up and say, I remember Nevi talking about these cities. She also mentioned that these cities were created by the architect.
Yeah.
Would that be Dr. Jaboko, the creator of worlds?
I don't know.
Imagine see themselves as an architect.
Wasn't our mission. We were told, get Rotim, get out. I did that. Looks at the other Pokemon like, did they pick up anything?
Do you think Dr. Jaboka would know how to create a world in a computer?
Well, if you know how to create worlds, I don't think creating a world in a computer is that much of a stretch.
I suppose.
So that's how
Crossing
Bill
out our
comes into the
allies.
picture.
Bill.
Possibly.
Bill.
That would also make sense if Bill was the architect. But Bill's dead.
Only
But he
recently.
died. He only died after the PC was built.
True.
PC cities.
Maybe
And
he
honestly,
was-
for all we know... Oh, go ahead.
maybe there was no further use to Bill. He filled his role. They didn't really need that anymore, so maybe they built all the cities they needed.
And maybe that's where they're getting all these Pokemon from. If Cassie's right, that they're all coming from Bill's PC.
Why don't we go to his house then?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
There's still some nighttime. Why not?
Okay, I'm just gonna check if anyone's been watching us. I say that telepathically to you guys, and do a thought detection. So I sense if anyone's thoughts, unless they have mind lock.
Yeah.
Nearby.
How far can you detect thoughts?
16 meters.
Okay. I don't know if you'll quite...
Oh wait, tripled for thought detection. Okay,
Oh, okay.
8 times 3.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
So
24.
you do sense some thoughts of someone searching, very desperately searching. Anyone who had rolled a 12 or higher from the perception check that I asked everybody to roll about earlier will see a large flying Pokemon flying around, circling around above, as if it was looking for something.
I sense
And we're all crafty
sense
and
thoughts.
hidden.
We should move quickly and stealthily.
Right.
Molly will take Cassie aside for a second.
Noir just immediately tensing up.
I was like, stealth.
She's still kind of stone faced, and she says, "I know we had a bit of a kind of a tense moment on the phone before we came here. I just want you to know I do appreciate you being straightforward with me and telling me the truth when I asked it.
Yeah, of course.
So I need you to be straightforward with me again.
Ah, shit. Go on.
You know where Bill's house is, right?
I do. At least where it was.
Okay. I don't feel comfortable leaving the Rays to come back to a house with possibly angry Team Omni people there. So, just tell me straight. Do you think I should stay here and watch the house for the Rays, or do you think I should go to Bill's?
I think that right now, the Rays could very well be in more danger after that stunt that Chase just pulled. I also think that realistically speaking, I'm not sure how much you could do about that, even if you were to stay. So what would make you more comfortable?
If I were to stay and just stay hidden, maybe I could sneak into their house, hide in the Ray's bedroom or something, and then have a talk with them later. I don't know. you know how you felt when your mom was captured by Rocket. I mean, you know exactly what I'm feeling right now.
I do, yeah.
If you were me at this moment, what would you have done?
Unfortunately, I had a lot more to work with than you do right now. Right now, we're in a completely unfamiliar territory. Right now, we're without means of backup or any other tech we might be able to pull out of our asses. I think that if this is going to be on your mind the entire time we're here, if this is going to be a distraction for you, and if you'd be comfortable staying, then I won't stop you. You just have to understand that there might not be anything we can do right now.
That may be the case, but just having them in my sight is such a huge comfort, you know?
I know. Is there anything I can do for you?
I appreciate you giving me your honest opinion.
Glad someone does.
Okay. And Molly thinks for a second, and she if Cassie is listening, you'll hear Molly whisper, "Mew, help me. Palkia, help me." And and Molly says, "Take the others to Bill's.
You got it.
I'll stay unseen as best I can, and I'll make my way up there. I just want to keep tabs on how they're doing."
At the very least, ball up Bullet, keep him with you.
Sure. Hopefully, he and I can at least get away quickly.
I mean, if nothing else, I know you two are a good team.
All right, and if anything happens to us, then just stick with getting the plates. The rays are my responsibility.
We're all going to be doing what we have to. Just try to stay safe.
Sure.
Cool. Cassie will lightly nod and fidget slightly for a moment. And then it looks like she might start like raising her arms a little, but instead she'll just nod again and start heading back toward the rest of the group.
Okay. So Molly, you are going to head to the Pimple's house.
Yep.
And the rest of the group is going to go to Bill's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll start with Molly and Bullet. So, Molly, you'll make your way back to the house, and I'm going to say through your stealth. The Salamence is not going to see you.
All right.
You'll get back, and you will immediately see that the Dustox and the Rays have returned back from their walk. The Jigglypuff, nor the Frostlass, nor the Salamence seem to be there anymore. They're gone. And you can hear the Dustox ranting, "Ugh, I leave the house for 15 minutes and now it's all gone down to..." And you can see that Dylan Ray has a dustpan and he's trying to like dust up the rubble, and Irene is trying to clean the dining table, like clean off the dining table, and the Dustox will say, "Irene, can you do me a favor and see if first thing tomorrow morning we need to get a repairman to come and fix this wall." "Yes, Pimple, of course," Irene says, and she's going to continue cleaning up the table.
Molly will try to sneak in, and if she can find Dylan and Irene's room, if they have a room, then she'll try to sneak in there and plant up.
Yeah. You go into what appears to be Dylan and Irene's room, and it looks almost identical to their living room back in Kanto. It's very well furnished. It's really nice. And it looks like the Rays have been living very comfortably here this entire time. So you're gonna be in a plant form, and you're just gonna wait for them to turn in for the night?
Yeah, so she can talk to them.
Sure. So I'm gonna say that it starts getting really late. Well, let me see what happens with the other group, because I don't know if that's gonna affect anything here. But the rest of the group, meanwhile, while this is happening, Cassie will be able to lead all of you to Bill's house.
Well, Fern will.
Fern will lead you to Bill's house. I don't think Bill owns a mansion. I think he lives in a very nice. He lives in a nice building.
Building. Sorry.
So, I mean, he has a nice house, but it's not like a mansion or anything. It seems quiet. There doesn't seem to be anyone in the house at the moment, as far as you know. Are you guys just gonna try to bust through the front door? Are you gonna try to bust through the back? Are you gonna break a window? What are you guys doing?
Well, Cassie,
Are lights on? Does it look like anyone's home?
It doesn't look like anyone's home at the moment.
Does it look lived in? Next question.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Do you need me to open the door?
Noir,
Kyles
can you
asks.
sense anything first?
Okay, I'll try. Sensing 24 meters.
You don't sense any thoughts in the house?
I don't sense any thoughts, but there are ways to block out telepathic senses. Like,
Chase approaches the
I'm
door.
sure you're aware.
It's like, let's not break in. Let's not leave a sign. Do you want to get in?
Can you pick the lock?
I could try.
You could pick the lock, or I could pick the lock, Kyle says.
He pulls out his, like, this kind of MacGyver-esque pin that's like been twisted around. He's like, I've done it before. Maybe you should try. No. 14.
You're gonna fiddle with it for a bit, and
Sorry.
Well, the fortunate thing is you don't break the lock or break the door, but you believe that it might need a little bit more finesse.
I've done it before. It's been a long time.
Shall I? Kyle asks.
Chase steps
Please.
back.
Kyle will pull out from his things a lock-picking kit, and he will go ahead and proceed to pick the lock. After a few seconds, you hear a click, and then he'll turn the knob and open the door, and the door will creak into a dark foyer.
Good job, sweetie.
I needed to do something useful, Kyle said.
Cassie, do you see any cameras?
Well, Cassie will pull on her goggles, I suppose, and then can I perception it?
I don't think you'll see any cameras in the foyer.
I mean, like on the outside of the building.
Oh, I think we would look at that before even approaching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were to, we could look now, but not retroactively. I don't think. Just
Yeah, just so we know.
Yeah,
Either way.
you will see cameras. Now that you thought of it, yes, you will see cameras outside of the building, and
yeah, hopefully
they
it's
seem
an
to be.
internal system.
The arc set earlier. Speaking. Damn it. Okay. Okay, there's cameras, so we need to be quick.
Chase checks the light switch.
Yeah, it'll turn on.
Ah, shit.
It'll open
So
into
pull
it.
off her goggles.
It'll, you know, it looks like a normal looking human-sized foyer. This house is human-sized. But the furniture looks like it's Pokemon-sized. If that makes
Does
sense.
it smell like Flora?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, absolutely.
Oh god, this
Pokemon
reeks
or
of
little
Flora.
Pokemon?
Flora, remember judge from the contest? This reeks of her.
Oh yes, I agree. Sniffles will say, even though you don't understand what he says right away.
Lux will translate.
Remy has been looking at Chase like with this weird face, just like almost like disturbed by the fact that he flicked on a light. And he turns to the Pokemon. He's like, "That's not what they do. We're supposed to be stealthy through here in the dark. What an ass! Not like the movies at all."
Hey!
We got
Shush.
seen by the cameras already. We have. Well, when you get seen by the cameras, that means go time. You look out. Oh, right.
Does anyone want to make the music sound? Da, 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 da,
No.
da. And he
We're
starts doing
supposed to
I
be
love that
stealthy.
sound.
no.
Oh, right, yeah.
And also out of character to avoid slime trails, who is in ball.
We
Don't
should really
like
give
jumping
him
to
some
ball.
shoes.
This is
What's the shoe look like? 7 foot diameter.
I've looked into it. It's a lot of hopping, and it was not really good at hopping.
And we could call them shoes.
God,
Oh, the
why
winter
am I
months
going
is pretty
mute?
fun. I
don't-
get this big sled and I pull him around in it. He really seems to like it.
Yeah, Cassie's still blinking from the sudden brightness.
No one got the Riz joke there. I want to make sure that doesn't. He said shoes.
Thank you.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, there we go.
But yeah, so still recovering a little bit from that. She'll beckon for people to start actually moving in and looking around.
yeah. Oh,
Sniffles, do your thing, Kyle says, and Sniffles will start sniffing around.
no, I'll do a guile check to figure out like, just like looking at the building, like where would someone hide things? Like using like street smarts, like where would something super valuable be in this place?
Yeah, roll for that.
Okay.
Guile or intuition?
Probably intuition, I would think. That would be more of an intuition, I would
Oh,
say.
that's only one different.
22. I mean, besides, you know, your typical safe or safe behind a painting or maybe even a secret room of some sort, similar to the what was in Professor Pine's basement, that kind of thing.
Okay, no, I will let everyone know. It's like, okay, we need to keep an eye on these particular things.
And can Cassie look specifically for a computer or a laptop?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She'd like to find Bill's PC.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. That would be a great find, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
So, the Sniffle, you guys can roll a perception check for looking around the house. You are going to find various different technological devices around the house. They're mostly like installed. Like you're gonna find like an extravagant sound system. You're gonna find like a souped up entertainment system, and you will find a few laptops, but none of them seem to be like the type of laptop that you would picture Bill's PC to be. So it looks like it might be like a there is a laptop that you believe Flora owned somewhere that's sitting in the kitchen, like in the kitchen counter. If you attempt to turn it on, I mean, it'll ask you for a password.
Tiffany, having worked with her, could she guess a password?
You can try to guess a password.
Intuition.
I don't know.
Intuit that, yeah.
Roll an intuition.
28.
I mean, you know of a few like names or things that Flora likes that you could try, and I'll let you spend some time trying to break into her PC. But it doesn't look like any of those names would necessarily work. You could try doing the thing where you replace A's with @ symbols or I's with exclamation points, but that's going to take you forever if you try doing that, but you can at least try.